one of the first little sections, but I will keep this on the more shallow side because this is gonna be right at her face. As I begin to move back in the hair, I can then at that point get more deeper with my shadow root while keeping the front on the shallow side. So I'm going to shallow it out a little bit, open it up to ensure that I got all the layers, which look, I didn't. So I need to go in there. I need to make sure that all of that is covered. Now this is what I talk about the small strokes when the artist is working. Most people would try to wipe off all these small little hairs. Let them be. Let them just live there. You're going to make more of a mess. And if you're trying to create that too perfect of a situation, it's going to be shown more flawed. Now if I want to blend my next color in, I'm going to go from the bottom up. I'm not going to start at that color I just put on. I'm going to start at the bottom, so my purest pigment is now on the hair. This works for everyone. This is not just semi-permanents. When you're working with your factionates, your permanent color lines, whatever you may be working with, start from the bottom, work up to your blending section. Don't start right here and drag your dark color in because you have now just created a whole new color. We want pure tones. This is the formula I want to see. So I'm going to go down here, and I don't actually go up and down. I go side to side with my color, which then opens that up. Everyone see it? So I'm going to work my way upwards in a back and forth subsection, never going up and down. And as I work my way up, I'm eventually going to meet that darker root, and that's when I create my blended color. I lay my hand right underneath there, and I go side to side, rolling the two together. And now the only place that met that was in that spot. And if I take my fingers and I do one of these, that dark's gonna go right into the bottom, and what's the point of my formulation if I'm just gonna mix it anyways? So then I'm going to make sure I have very clean hands. I will probably go through 5 million towels. At the salon, we have the good towels for the hair and then the shit towels for your hands. So then make sure you really don't have color on your hands. Work into your next subsection.
So that going side to side basically is blending it together for you. You don't have to use your fingers.
Yes. So once I get to this bigger section, it'll be a little bit easier to see. Jump up on here. Come on. Come up here. That's super nerve-wracking, but come on. There we go. I'm going to get a little bit closer. All right. So I'm going to do those roots a little shallower in the front, and now I'm here. I can go a little bit deeper. You guys see? Shallow, first deep. Open that up. Make sure, see? If I would have just based myself off of just doing that, I would have had a huge hollow spot underneath there. Get up in there. Top part, bottom part, pull that there, and begin coming from the bottom, and I'm rolling it because I want to open up my subsection and ensure that every layer of hair is being colored. Alright, so I'm coming up to that little blending area. This is when I can go in there and blend the two colors together side by side, opening it up, making sure each little hair got colored. Here's my small strokes of my flower, remember? Small strokes.
Do you use the brush from the darkest color or the lighter one?
Lighter. Okay.
So are you concerned that the dark color is getting on your light brush?
No, it's not going to make that big of a difference. At least I haven't noticed that ever being that big of a difference, especially if I'm kind of blending those two together. Not a lot of colors coming back on my brush anyways. Now let's talk about not overworking the color. This is a huge problem, is that I hear people being like, hey, I don't get really great cover with Pulp Riot or literally anything that's a conditioner-based color. So there are actually other color lines that after Pulp Riot launched, we were the first But I will say this because it is a true fact, we were the first color-based semi-permanent color. Oh, no, no. Conditioner-based, thank you. Conditioner-based color. Conditioner-based semi-permanent color. There we go, that's what I meant to say. So, after that, a lot of people tend to like go ahead and create it, which is with anything at all. You know, like a car comes out with a model, then you see that next car that looks just like it. So, this will go with any color line that you guys actually use. If you guys overwork the color, that color molecule will break apart from that conditioner base. I'm going to show you guys how. Here's what the color is supposed to look like. You see it? Now, if I went in there with my fingers, and I went to town trying to blend, I'm going to break the color molecule away from the actual color itself. And I'm going to begin to get this whiteness.
That's what that is.
That means you have broken the conditioner away from the suspended color molecule inside that color.
And it's so different looking the colors.
Yeah. So do you guys see how that is lightened up? I've broken the two apart, and it's going to create a complete mess. This is the same idea behind me now touching that hair and moving it on without dry hands, and later on having hollow spots, because I basically put conditioner on the hair for that color molecule to not attach to the hair. Make sense? So that's why I like to keep a very clean canvas as I'm working, because I never want to create little conditioner spots within that hair. I'm going to continue applying this for the next like about 5 minutes. I want to get through this subsection, so I would like for you guys all